Hello everyone. Today I will present you the code which I developed for WePay. WePay's backend is written in express.js. Frontend is written in Pug template engine, completely JavaScript. Also we have another frontend which is based on webpack config. This webpack config automatically deploys the code to the front end of the application, and WePay embeds the code automatically by the help of the generated WePay code. This code is written in object-oriented JavaScript. You will see in a couple of minutes. Now let's go back to the code. As you see, I'm using HTTPS module of the Node.js, crypto, path and fs module too. .env is used for the environment file. Express, body parser, course, cookie parser, Morgan, Helmet session is used for the express.js backend. Body validation is destructured from the express validator. JWT JSON web token is an npm module. Moment.js, bcrypt and mysql is added. Also underscore unique is added for the for some calculations. This is MySQL connection. Select user data is a console log for just starters. HTTPS private key, certificate and credentials are entered here. Express application and Pug template engine is initialized. Views are set. Course is initialized. Body parser is for the API backend parsing. Cookie parser is for the cookies. Session. Morgan is for log. Helmet is for security. Helmet is for security. Authentication function. Algorithm key and vector. IV. This is used for the ciphering and deciphering the code. Code generated by admin panel. Validate conditions objects. app-get / request response route. Index route. Let's go to the index route. We index. This is the Pug template engine for the index, register and login. This is registration. Get route. Registration post route. What I'm doing here is just using bcrypt for generating salt for a password and storing the password in the database. Also, I'm ciphering and updating with a hex value. I'm encrypting the customer ID and inserting into the database with an SQL command. Here's the SQL command. Also, I'm checking access token and setting a cookie and redirecting the user to the user route. Get login. Post login. There's an admin check. It is very simple. In the future, it will be very complicated to separate admin from the normal user, ordinary user. If errors are empty, get user from database, check, bcrypt compare and log in the user, set cookie and redirect user to the user route. Logout. I'm destroying the session. admin. It is very simple for now. It's not complete yet. User route. I'm just selecting URLs from the database and by the help of email query. New route. Pack template engine for the new. New route. Name, URL, amount, and currency are set from the request body. If request body doesn't if request.body.name, request.body URL, or request.body or amount, or request.body are false, go back to the new. All fields are required. This is just a validation, simple validation. And we have an async function. It is a promise-based function, asynchronous function. Select star from users where email is something. In this case, this is request.user. It's an array destructuring. Sorry, this is an array request.user. You should send the request.user into an array. Rows and fields are destructured from the MySQL command, incoming command. If rows.length is 0, invalid customer ID. This is just a validation or check. I set the rows 0 customer ID. I'm getting customer ID. Data is an object, name, URL, amount, customer ID, and currency. And this is the ciphering method. What I'm doing here is crypto module create cipher for algorithm k and 4 vector, sending algorithm k and 4 vector parameters to the create cipher for and encrypted variable cipher update JSON string wide data UTF-8 hex got from the cipher. And we have a very big, very long string of numbers and text. This is our ID. So I'm sending that to the UI script to UI. Sent to the user interface from the post request. I'm setting a URL ID and inserting that URL into the database with a MySQL join command. No, sorry, not with the join command, with the values, with the current timestamp. This is the new route. Edit is similar to one of the routes I talked about recently. I'm just getting the request.user, request params ID, data name, data URL, pulling the data from the database and with a select query and printing them to the UI. If I post to the user edit ID, an editable post URL. Validation. Get customer from get customer ID from database based on email, update the code depending on the customer ID, currency, amount, URL, and name, and insert URLs into table where ID is something, currency is something, amount is something. And edit punk template engines file, profile. Profile is a little bit complicated. We have another form in the profile page, user payment form. This form updates and validates the payment type, Amex or IBAN type. In Turkey, we are using IBAN. In other countries or United States, people are using Amex, so payment will be made to the Amex, and these payments are validated with JavaScript, a simple JavaScript. So I'm using that code with the help of this file. Profile get, profile post, just validations. Amex info saved successfully, IBAN info saved successfully. Just validations and sending them to the UI. Stats page. Stats page has a MySQL join command in it because of the list of the payments. So get URLs from DB function is an asynchronous function with a promise. Select start from URLs where email equals the question mark and ID equals question mark, and get payments from DB. The function names are very explanatory. Select listing customer's name, customer's email, address, postal code, transaction ID, payments date from customers, inner join payments on payments, customer email, customer, where email is equals to customer email. It's a big list of data when there are payments, so it is done by this code. So when you got the payments, just print to the URL, just print to the route. As you see, this is my webpack file, and it seems very simple. Main.js and WePay.js is the entry files for the WePay's webpack config. Mode is development. Output file is index.bundle or wpay.bundle. There are two output files, by the way, main and index. So style loader, CSS loader, and Sass loader are the modules of the webpack file, and everything else is trivial optimization, minimizer. Main.js is the front-end JavaScript of the admin panel. Amex, IBAN input, validations. JavaScript is this file, event listeners, etc., etc. This is the public folder. Public folders wpay.js works with the front-end code of the WePay button, which you can use with the embedded code for that product. this system is coded with JavaScript object-oriented classes. Everything is class-based, constructors and methods. Initialize method, generate template method. When window unloads, I'm creating a new WePay object class. Document body append child WePay button. WePay button is a new WePay button template. WePay button is a class, by the way, embedded on here, imported, initialized, and I'm setting the WePay ID and date. WePay ID and date from the window unload function. This is my template string. Template string is written with DOM parser. This is a native HTML DOM parser, completely available in JavaScript. So if you initialize this class, you can parse from string with a text.html. What this class gives you is an HTML portion of this template string. If I create a string like this and use a new DOM parser, I get an HTML of this template string. Then I can reach the template document body child node 0 objects, and then use that template as a class template. This doesn't resemble anything, not React, not anything. So completely new approach. I found this, I implemented this. I think this is unique and the forgotten technique. So that's it. I will demonstrate all the other files too. Event emitter, WePay button, overlay, and tab manager. Also, I want to talk about event emitter. WePay's event system, UI event system, is completely event based. If anyone knows about the Node modules event system, event emitter system, it resembles that event emitter. You can create events on and off and emit events from the UI. If you create an event, and if you send an event, emit event, you can catch that event from another file with the JavaScript class system. There's an example of that in here. Event emitter on open form. Document body append child this template. Document body append child this overlay template. What happens here is, if I get an open form event, I create template and I create the overlay template. Let's track the open form event from some of the files. Where can I find open form events? Let's think about this. Probably the WePay button is throwing the open form event. If I click the blue WePay button from the top bottom right of the screen, open form event is triggered and I'm catching that event from the WePay button. So I'm connecting the classes with event emitting system. I will open the WePay button JS. As you see, this template event listener click is a native JavaScript event. This event emitter emit open form. As I guessed, event emitter emits the open form event, and I'm catching the WePay event from the WePay.js file, the open form event. This is the template of the button. I can create and I can embed anything related with the template. There's a div, svg, style, tag. This technique is really easy to use and enjoying technique. Not this technique also not related with the React. So completely you are completely free. It gives less errors and it is completely debuggable. Every every class is debuggable on its line, gives errors on its line.